manifesto of the United Healthcare Killer is fascinating, and wow, you should learn something from this. Now, if you haven't been living under a rock for the last couple weeks, you will know this dude walked up to the United Healthcare CEO and capped him. And it sparked a huge debate in this country about healthcare and insurance. In his manifesto, he basically said that his mom had really bad neuropathy. Neuropathy can happen for a variety of reasons, but it can result in really bad nerve pain, which is some of the worst pain ever. And he just went through the ringer with the healthcare system, as so many people have. They were left with no solution. Her pain was just getting worse, and they were being denied these claims, putting them in medical debt. And while I really do understand where his anger came from and why so many people have tremendous anger towards these companies, the simple truth is there are people who have just as much anger at that system and are doing something differently. One sat in this chair right here and I interviewed him. His name is Jacob Peters. He made a bunch of money in tech and then suddenly got really sick after getting that thing that everyone had to get. He didn't know anything about health. He just went to the hospital, was like, I'm in good hands here. They removed part of his colon and he just kept on getting more and more sick. He then started posting about this, and luckily people that are in sort of my space, which I consider the real health space, started telling him, dude, you need to go to a functional medicine doctor, concierge medicine. Luckily you have the funds to do it. You need to get out of the system. And so he did. He actually went to another doctor who I had on this podcast named Dr. Conneely. What they do is called functional or concierge medicine. So they ran a bunch of lab tests that, guess what, insurance wouldn't cover. His doctors that he was seeing at the hospital wouldn't even tell him about. He figured out through this lab testing that he actually never even had to get part of his colon removed, that he had a certain condition. He was given a protocol by these doctors that he had to pay out of pocket for, and he got totally healthy. Now, this created a rage in Jacob. He was like, why weren't these tests given to me? And he found out when you go to the doctor, if you ask them for a bunch of lab tests, like I get all the time, I get my GI map test done, I get my organic acids, I get my endocrine system checked, I get my neurotransmitters checked, and why do I pay thousands of dollars out of pocket to get that done? The fault lies on the insurance companies. If I go to my normal doctor and I say, run all these tests on me, I know I'm feeling pretty good, I'm not like really sick, but I want these tests done. If my doctor orders those tests, the insurance companies will go back to him and they will say, you just committed malpractice because you just gave a healthy 30-something-year-old some lab tests that he doesn't need because he's not dying. So it's not the doctor's fault, it's the insurance company's fault. Now, instead of 3D printing a strap and throwing a bunch of stuff in a backpack and pulling up on a healthcare CEO, Jacob Peters founded a company called Superpower. What he aims to do is provide low-cost lab testing to people so they can really start to figure out the root cause of their issues. Because as we have covered on my channel, the simple truth is that Luigi, this guy who capped the United Healthcare CEO, unfortunately his mom was dealing with this neuropathy, and in my opinion, I don't know her exact case, but I bet you there are plenty of ways that these concierge medicine and functional medicine doctors would have gone about treating her neuropathy differently. However, in this insurance model of healthcare, it's really sick care. And oftentimes the best things don't break through. So in my opinion, was it right for Luigi to pull up on this dude and do that? Well, what I wish he had done is, he was a really smart dude, right? He went to UPenn. I wish he had taken all that anger and founded a company like Jacob did that's really gonna change this insurance model of healthcare. But the other side of me is like, if you scam somebody that hard, which yes, the insurance companies are basically running a scam on a lot of people, shit might happen to you. That is the real world. If you wanna learn more about how to actually take care of your health and the cutting edge stuff, give me a follow because it's what I talk about every single day.